Yo, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nandra here. Welcome to another video. So as you can see from the deck, I'm gonna be playing some Storm Dragon. However, this is gonna be the intro to building for the deck first. So Storm Dragon is an archetype that's like near and dear to my heart. Like it's actually the archetype I used like a few months ago or whatever to get like top. I think it was like top 3,000, top 4,000, something like that, which is like really cool. It's like the highest I've placed like thus far. So we're just gonna go ahead and look at the deck. I forget like why I decided to play the deck. So for me personally, like I really like playing Storm Dragon in the current format, just because like it's a little bit faster than Limworm. And additionally, it's gonna catch a lot of people by surprise because like there are certain things I'm playing this that, like not many people are playing. Like for example, mainly the Stormborn Wings, as well as Jirip, as well as just like Zeus. Like not every dragon lets play Zeus of them, which is because most people are like playing the Limworm thing, just kind of banking and just kind of putting all your baskets, putting all your eggs in the Limworm basket. So anyway, 3 Blazing Breath. So Blazing Breath is like really nice. I don't know, like it's more core to play as a 3 of, at least at the moment, just because like we don't have like a 2 damage or a 2 PP 3 damage removal spell, so you just kind of have to play this as well as playing more creatures in the early game in order to kind of supplement that. 2 Stormborn Wings. So I really like Stormborn Wings quite a lot in this list because one of the things that's like really important about the Stormborn Wings is like because it costs 1 mana, you can play this on turns where you flip mana. Additionally, because we have New Ayla, after the first one, the second and third one are usually pretty dead. You usually just kind of use them as 2-drops. Why not just go ahead and transmute them into 5/5? Those are in 6 mana 5/5s. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, I mean I think so. Now with the Stormborn Wings, like this actually catches people off quite a bit. A nice thing that I hadn't actually realized until just now is that Storm Wings or whatever, like if you transmute and play the dragon on the same turn, that's 7 mana plus Scyther, that's 3 mana, so that's 10 mana play all together. But if you transmute the card on a previous turn, you then have 4 mana floating when you play the dragon. The 4 mana floating is actually a big deal because there are certain breakpoints they can like do with it, which is kind of cute. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about like as we keep going, but it's a really big deal. 2 Dragon Horde. So Dragon Horde is a card that I really like playing a lot as I play Dragon in this current format. Now I didn't think I would like playing it this much outside like regular like PDK, but no, it's actually surprisingly really good. The reason why I kind of came to this conclusion was because like I played a lot of Limworm. Well, I'm not gonna say I played a lot of, but I played a decent amount of Limworm for a few hours the other day or whatever. And the thing that I came to realize is that like right now, like in Dragon, you're at a spot where like you ramp, right? You ramp, but you don't ramp to play fatties. Like you ramp to get hyper mana to take multiple actions in the same turn. Like for example, being able to go Dragon Horde plus like play 2 dragons. Ordinarily that full play is 7 mana, but in Dragon you can actually sometimes do that all of that in the same turn. That's like ridiculous. It's actually really cool too as well. But I like the Dragon Horde here because again, you're not playing 2PP 3 damage removals or whatever, so you want to try to like get as many like supplementary removal spells as possible. And when you play the Horde, if you're in overflow, yeah, like you can use the dragons to go ahead and clear boards. This is actually very relevant because when you're versus Sword, what a lot of Sword players will do is they'll go ahead and play Chromatic Duel. They go ahead and make a sticky board that you otherwise couldn't deal with. But oh hey, if you have the Dragon Horde, suddenly you can deal with it again. That's pretty cute. I like it a lot. 2 Dragon's Nest. So I like playing 2 Dragon's Nest. Yes, I'm not playing Limworm, although there is like a consideration. You could technically play Limworm with this if you wanted to. I'm just choosing not to. But the 2 Dragon's Nest is actually nice because like you don't have Israfil healing anymore, so you do heal for a little bit less than you would ordinarily in Dragon. But 2 Nest equals the amount of HP that you would heal from an Israfil. But you also get to draw 2 cards in the process as well, and these are also a lot cheaper to cast than Israfil, which actually makes a big deal. It helps keep your hand size up. Like keeping it up of the hand size is actually a big deal because you want to always have a high hand size for Frenzy Drake, which is a big deal right now because Frenzy Drake is only as good as the number of cards in your hand. So if you don't have a good hand size, Frenzy Drake doesn't really pay off for you. It's not like no drawback like Bahamut. Like you actually do have to work for this. So it's actually a big deal. Also, the healing in and of itself, like again, it's one of those things that, like, not a lot of people are sorry, even though people should be expecting it, because for the most part the predominant dragon list right now is like Limworm or whatever. Not a lot of people like play around with the healing or whatever, so it kind of like messes up people's like damage calcs on whether or not they can like get like lethal on you, just because like if you heal up whatever for like one turn and make your opponent like not want to commit or whatever, on the turn where they don't commit, that like each turn that they don't like fully commit, that buys you another turn to do other things. It's actually very, very relevant here, because any additional turns they can get as Storm Dragon is a big deal, just because like you want to be able to get down your Stormers and be able to be in a safe enough spot where you can start like chaining Stormers and just like kill your opponent. Staircase of Paradise. So the Staircase of Paradise is a card that like it's starting to see play again. Like the card, even though it got nerfed, like it wasn't bad. It was just that like it didn't have a home, like, but now it has a home again. Just due to the nature of Frenzy Drake and like how that card works. Like I usually play this for 2. Sometimes you can play this for 5, and I'll be fine too. I usually just like playing this for 2, because I know with the early game that I have, like I can usually play enough creatures to have the trigger before like turn 6 or something like that. But you usually just use this to dig for more cards, you know, get more gas. Most times you're usually hoping that they pick up a big ticket AoE, but if you don't, you usually just pick up, you know, other things like not even for most part, most of the cards that you pick up are usually pretty fast, and that of like they actually do something when they come out and play. Like the only slow cards are like Ayla and Galua, and even then Galua's not like fully slow, but it's like slow enough basically. Ayla, again, dragon, like as I said earlier, like your first Ayla the first Ayla that you evolve is usually like the last Ayla that's actually like useful to you. Like the other ones just kind of like do, well, nothing really. Barring cases where like you somehow like, I don't know, like, where you somehow like for some reason like need to play another Ayla and like evolve it or whatever. Most times the second and third one are usually dead, so you can just like kind of like feed them to your Stormer Wings if you need to, or just, you know, play them as like 2 drops later. But most times I would usually just like feed them to your Stormborn. Oracle, Ram Dragon. What else is there to say here? It also draws your cards as well. I usually, like in this list, I usually try to like use it to draw the card, as opposed to just like using it to ramp. But again, like it's a case by case basis. It's just like in understanding what like which one is correct, it will be part of like the test of skill when like playing this deck. Scyther is a really good card. Like that hasn't changed, and that'll never change. Right now, like you usually want to try to hold the Scyther and use them to punch through turns where your opponent like if you're versus sword, you want to play them on turns where your opponent tries to like Magnus lock you out of the game. Versus Haven, obviously play it versus Heavenly Knight. You can also play it versus other things as well. Versus Forest, you usually want to use the punch through Aaron or punch through Jungle Warden. Those are like the 2 biggest issues for you. Versus Portal, not gonna easy, or Magna Legacy as well, so on and so forth. It does, like versus Blood, ironically enough, like versus Blood, you actually play it for the Storm more often than not, I think. But versus everything else, you usually just like use it to trade most times. That's perfectly fine, because like you have enough Storm damage, but I can't actually go face. Another nice combo for you is actually Dragonheart from earlier. Is 7 mana plus Scyther, that's 6 mana, so you can have 10 mana to get 6 damage. It's not bad. It also punches through wards as well, punches through a ward, and that's kind of cute. 1 Star Phoenix. So the Star Phoenix is actually like a recent thing that I'm like testing. In this spot I actually had Oro, but I like the Star Phoenix because like I play a lot of spells. I play a surprising number of like low class spells, which means I can like spam Star Phoenix if I need to, which does help in certain matches. Like for example, versus Sword, like it's really important versus Sword actually they have this in order to like stop yourself from getting like Magnus locked and just having that be like the death of you. So Roy's a boy. For the Roy okay, so this one's actually another big thing. So I'll probably make it like a separate video about this, but like when you're playing with Dragon right now, like a big crucial misplay that I see people make a lot of times, which I'm honestly pretty sure is part of what's like hurting Dragoncraft's win rate right now, is that most people indiscriminately always take Dragon Life Blade. That's such a huge mistake. Like I think I would rather just take Dragon Strike Blade, because Dragon Strike Blade, as you see here, like that's your 2 PP 3 damage removal spell. Like that's really cool. I don't know. Like it does, like it helps you do a lot of things. Like for example, if you're going first versus sword, you can help. It can help you stop them from just like playing Mars onto the board raw and just like running away with the game next time because you can't kill it. Like that's a big deal. Things like that. I don't know. Like you already have more than enough ramp from just like the Sybil and ILO or whatever that like you should be fine. Like in my honest opinion, whatever, like right now with the way Ramp Dragon is, like unless you have the direct card that you know you want to like ramp to whatever in your hand, like for example, unless you have like Canyon in your hand or whatever, I just would always take Dragon Strike Blade. Dragon Strike Blade just does so much work for you. But also, most people, because they've seen people playing always going for Dragon Life Blade or whatever, you should try to do greedy things into that. And then Dragon Strike Blade punches them, so you get like free wins off the back of other people being bad, so it's kind of cool. 2 Force of the Newt. So Force of the Newt is actually a very, very big deal. I know a lot of people said that this card was gonna be bad, but like it's actually surprisingly like decent. Well, I say surprising, but like it's not really surprising for me. One of the cute things about this is that like a lot of people do have boards that have like 2 HP or whatever, and the Force of the Newt usually can like full clear. Also, it also does space damage. It does space damage. That's effect damage. That's actually a very, very big deal because Dragon doesn't have that. Like the only effect damage that you have in Dragon is Jerva, Force of Newt, and Oro. And I'm not playing Oro, so you kind of need the Force of Newt or whatever. It helps beat people who are playing wards, like say like various like ward crafts or whatever. Like for example, if you reverse Force or whatever, yeah, if they play Jungle Ward or whatever, but they're at like 2 HP, oh hey, look at that, I have Force of Newt, haha, you lose anyway. Things like that. It's kind of cool. Also, it is one of your big ticket AOEs, which is actually very, very important right now, just because like that's one like the. That's more or less, I guess, the premier thing about Dragon right now is that like has the most playable AoEs in the game at the moment. So to your Afdrake. So again, going back to the AoE thing I mentioned, like in this list we have like 7 different AoEs. That's kind of cool. The Afdrake, it's pretty flexible because you can play it on 5. You can also play it for 8 mana as well. Most times I usually try to play it for 8 mana if I can versus a lot of matchups. But if but obviously if you get like games where like your opponent has like multiple things like 1 HP or whatever, I would definitely just like play up the Afdrake as a 5, just because that's still really, really good value because he kills 2 things and kills a 3rd thing if he evolves. That's really strong. But versus sword, you will almost always play this for 8 mana. To Sybil. The Sybil thing is really nice. Like I'm gonna be sad when Sybil rotates, but like that'll be fine. Like because obviously like they'll print something for Dragon. Like they'll definitely print another ramp card of some sort. It's just basically gonna be how good is the ramp card. But anyway, back to the actual Sybil itself. Despite nerfs, she's still a really good card. She still ramps. She still heals. Most times I usually just I still play her on 5. Like I sometimes just like try to hold her for later if I think I need to heal, because like an actual win con of something that you can do is just like say go like Force of Newt on 10, then play Sybil after that or whatever to start healing for 3, and you have a 4 HP ward because they have to get rid of it, because they don't get rid of it and they can't force you to like trade it off or whatever. You just like keep healing, like you just like win. To Galua. So Galua is actually really cool. Now for this choose, like most times this one's pretty kind of like this. All right, so for some choose cards that exist in the game right now, like a lot of people can just kind of explain it to like it's like 80-20 sort of things or whatever. But for the Galua thing, it actually go either way. Like it's pretty matchup dependent. Like for example, if I was versus Portalcraft or whatever and I had a bunch of cards in my hand already, I would just like take Black Breath this way. I could just like blow up their Excel and I just feel good about myself. But once I did it, if you don't have cards in hand, obviously you just go ahead and go White Breath. If you're versus Havencraft as well, one thing that I did when I was playing versus Havencraft is that most times I always took the Black Breath, because sometimes a lot of Haven players will just kind of like and if they have it, they'll just kind of like cycle away their Summit Temples. So like they go ahead and they do that, right? They go ahead and they cycle it away. So they have like less real copies of it in the deck. They just go ahead and use like Black Breath it, and then oh hey, look at that, suddenly Heavenly Knight doesn't do 7 damage to you. And like when it does 3 damage to you, 3 damage is whatever. It's only when it hits for 7 most times. So you're just like, damn, like this is actually like terrifying. So it's kind of nice. It has its uses. Oh, it's also something to play on 5. That's like not civil. That's kind of cool. 3 Frenzy Drake. So this is like the 3rd tier of our AoEs. I find that right now, like you want to have like different size AoEs and dragon, just so this way you have like extra redundancy or whatever. Because like you can say, okay, well I'm probably not gonna draw like one of like 3 AoEs or whatever, but not drawing 1 of 7, that's some pretty unlucky stuff right there. In particular for the Frenzy Drake, is really big. Most times it's really hard for people to clear it. Like for example, the only deck that I think that can like consistently clear Frenzy Drake almost no matter what is like Portal. I think is like Portal, and then sometimes Forest. But yeah, most times when you play Frenzy Drake or whatever, it's usually too much. You usually just kind of breaks your opponent's back, and this is usually where you're gonna be looking for when you play this deck. It's just like you play Frenzy Drake. The Frenzy Drake gives you space to play a Storm unit. That's usually gonna be Zeus. Then you just like go ahead and like Zeus your opponent twice, or just like play Zeus and Ozzy Haka or something like that. And you usually just kind of went off of that. Like so, like the game plan, it hasn't really changed. It's just like the how you get there has changed slightly, or it's just the what cards you play to get there has changed a little bit. One Jerva. So the one Jerva is more or less, I guess, like my signature right now. when I play Dragon, I really like Jerva a lot. Like, because even though being at 10 HP like seems scary or whatever, it's only really scary versus like a very handful of classes and versus like a very like few handful of actual decks themselves. Like for example, I would almost assuredly never do it versus Forest if they're at like 8 PP and I know that they're like slower Forest. Unless I had a really good set of cards I had in my hand and they weren't able to kill me somehow. It's surprisingly really good versus Portal Craft. Like I know that doesn't seem like it would be the case, but yeah, no, most times when I do this versus Portal Craft, I usually win. So like I think I've only lost once. Yeah. Versus Dragoncraft, they can go either way. Like if you know that they're Limworm, it's a little bit scarier if you do it later in the game. But if you do it early enough in the game, they usually can't come back from it. You just like kill them. And then maybe sometimes versus Sword, but versus Sword, like it's a crapshoot because sometimes like if you're low enough, like and it doesn't matter, like you just like play it and I'll be fine. The Jerva is actually part of why I'm playing the 3 Blazing Breath, just because like this way you can try to like guarantee you get as many good Jerva shots as you can. Just because like it makes all of your Storm units even safer than they already were, because now things you can do is like, oh, you play Jerva, right, like, and then suddenly you're at like 10 or whatever, but it doesn't matter because if you play Zeus, you're effectively back at 20, right? You're effectively back at 20. You then get to do 5 to their face, or maybe say trade into something else, and then go ahead and like Jerva ping something else, and that's perfectly fine. Or hell, even Jerva ping their face if you need to. And that's like really strong and really annoying. Like I haven't done it yet to someone, but like I guarantee you, like the second that you have that happen to you, you're just gonna feel very sad and very upset. Yeah. It also helps with the Ozzy Haka as well, just because like when you get cost reductions with Ozzy Haka, it now makes it so you can like possibly clear a unit and then go ahead and go face and then go ahead and clear a second unit because of the Jerva ping, things like that. It's very cool and annoying altogether. That's actually incidentally while I'm playing on one of Ozzy Haka instead of like just 3 Zeus. Yeah, like the deck is pretty cool overall. Like you should have most of the parts of this if you play any amount of Dragon at all, just because like Civil staple, Isla staple, things like that. Like I think the only things you would have to like go out your way to like craft is Jerva if you didn't own one, Stormborn Wings, which is a common, and then Star Phoenix. But yeah, like that deck overall feels really fun to play. I've definitely been enjoying it a lot. I'll also have some console games for you guys later today, and I'll probably be playing on my stream tomorrow or the day after that. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about Dragon in the current metagame. Is there a particular Dragon deck you like playing? If so, what is it? Go ahead and hit me up. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.